of course, another week of Tigers baseball is now come and gone, and yeah, this was not really a good week for the Tigers this week. You know, they just struggled, as it seems like the Tigers are now just starting to stall out, and we're starting to get a good idea what the Tigers are now that we officially are in the month of May, and we've completed our first real month of baseball season with April now in the rear view. As this week for the Tigers, it started off pretty promising with a series win against the Cardinals. Then again, that's not really too high of a bar to clear since the Cardinals have been slowly going downhill the last couple years. But the offense actually looked pretty good in the series against Arizona. But then the series against the Yankees. Oh, fuck, that was a terrible fucking series against the Yankees. Less said about that series against the Yankees, the better. It just shows how bad the Tigers' offense has been and their inability to score some runs and get points on the board. Like most of the Tigers' offensive game plan is just relying on the pitching core to bail the Tigers out. Since the Tigers have one of the top bullpens in the league, but that'll only get you so far if you're averaging 2 runs a game. Like, I'm sorry, you're not going to win many games in baseball if you're averaging 2 runs. Because when the Tigers' offense is off, they're pretty off. The Tigers got swept against the Yankees. Just a pretty bad series overall, and the Tigers continue to lose ground in the AL Central race. Now the Tigers, they're now 18-16. Now 4 games out and from the AL Central lead, as now the Central has now been taken over by the Cleveland Guardians in that front. Like, the only team the Tigers are ahead of in the division now, it's the Chicago White Sox, which that's not really an accomplishment right now since the White Sox are literally the worst team in the fucking league. So that's not really too high of accomplishment. Shockingly enough though, the Tigers are still pretty alive in the wild card race early. For the AL wildcard, is they're only a game and a half out of the final spot in the AL wildcard race, so I guess there's that if the division's out of reach. Which I'm kind of surprised because I didn't think the wildcard possibly couldn't be an option, but then again, it's like we're still early in the season. Like, Tigers have only played 34 games now, but now we're in the month of May, and like I said before, we don't really know what every team is going to be. I think now we can get a certain idea what some teams in the league now. But, we won't really know for sure till like the end of May to know what this team truly is. Like, by the end of May, we should have a good idea what this team really is for this season. Like, can the Tigers actually go out and compete for a division title? Can they just be a fringe playoff contender, or are they just an average team? And I'll be honest, I think the Tigers are just an average team right now. Just complete mediocrity. Just not much to look forward to for Tigers baseball right now. Not much to look forward to when the offense can't get going. Like, when the offense is off, they're off. And they had a pretty good run going until the Yankees series. Once the Yankees series, all the offensive issues came right back for the Tigers. But at least the bullpen has been pretty good for the Tigers and the pitching core. That's about really the only good thing the Tigers have. Like, the only real offensive players the Tigers have that are really producing right now, especially, is like Riley Green. As Spencer Torkelson has really been off his game so far to start the year. Unless Torkelson can get it fired up in the next couple months of the season. But not much you want to see for Tigers baseball right now. Just an average baseball team, but I mean still better than the Pistons, I guess. But with how bad the Pistons are, that's not really too high of a bar to clear. Sadly though, this is just what Detroit has to offer until September, when Lions football season starts, and we just had the draft complete last weekend. But at least we had some pretty good crowds for the Tiger series last weekend against Kansas City, with a lot of people in town for the draft, so at least we had that. But now back to reality this week. But at least the Tigers have a winning record right now, which will get some people to come to the ballpark. But what happens when the Tigers go below 500? The Tigers' hot start to the season has flamed out quickly, and the Tigers are quickly getting sunk back down to earth. I mean, the bar wasn't really set too high for the Tigers this year. I think we all knew they were an average baseball team. But yeah, not much to look forward to for Detroit sports now outside of a draft lotteries in NHL, which I'm not expecting anything to happen in the NHL draft lottery with the Wings. Like, I think the Wings are going to stay at where they are, which is around 14th, 15th in the lottery. I believe it's 15th, so I think the Wings will stay around there. The Pistons, not really looking forward to wherever that pick is since Troy Weaver's still here. So yeah, not much to look forward to there. At least we got the NFL schedule at least coming up in a week or so, at least like sometime this month. So at least we got that to look forward to distract ourselves. That and also OTA, Lions OTAs and off-season programs begin at the end of the month. So at least we got that to distract ourselves from this mediocre baseball team. If only Chris Ilitch just wasn't a cheap ass and actually decided to throw money instead of just being a cheap ass all the goddamn time. Maybe someday Chris Ilitch will grow some balls like his father, but I highly doubt it. Yeah. I mean, it's an improvement over what we had with Villa, but that wasn't too high of a bar to clear. Yeah, pretty average baseball team.